Hey, AJ, just finished the morning walk and the sun is beaming right on that spot, but it looks kind of cool, so I'm going to go with it. I just finished my walk. It was cold this morning, and that sun feels really nice, so I don't really want to want to move because I can feel it. Um, but yeah, it was one of those walks where you come back and you're like, I'm still amped. I still got a lot, of energy. I woke up this morning with a sense of urgency, and I wanted to talk about that a bit because I don't know if, you know, the amount of people that should be concerned about food, whether or not they are. I don't know how concerned people truly are about food. I know that more people are concerned about food. I can see that. I see lots of things going on when it comes to new organizations forming and people getting together and trying to grow their own food, which is great. But I feel like there needs to be a lot more of that going on. Things are uncertain right now, and this is where I hate being like, oh, doomsday and gloom. And the reason why is because back in the day in my corporate career, I was a risk engineer, which meant that I had to go around and explain the risk to people, which is basically going around and telling people bad news, and what they can do to get out of it. So that was also, the benefit. But it was called understanding the hazard. And right now, I don't know that people understand the hazard of, this lack of food, the shortage that we're experiencing that may or may not get worse. And I hope it doesn't, but the signs aren't pointing to it getting any better anytime soon. There might be a little bit more of a dip. So to me, I'm like, yo, this is really serious. Like, when you don't have access to food, people will do, when you're hungry, you'll do anything. And that feeling of lack can be used as a weapon. It's used as a weapon in war. Like, that's how governments and tribes and organizations control people and communities. It's by the food supply. It's happened time and time and time again in history. I mean, look at, lots of countries that have been just devastated by famines, some naturally, but some mostly man-made for nefarious purposes. So these things happen. These things are happening right now. We're going through this type of stuff. So it's not, there's nothing new under the sun, as people say. So food is important. And when, there's this show called Alive that comes on that one of my friends told me about, where they drop people off in the middle of nowhere with just, limited supplies, and then you got to like fend for yourself. People have heard about it. It's not something that's new. But the first thing they do is they go after food and shelter. Food and shelter. And food is first. They don't say shelter and food. They say food and shelter. And the reason why they go for food first is they need the calories to be able to do the work to build the shelter. Like, if you can't get calories in your body, it's game is over. Game over. Water and food are like vital. So I just don't understand why more people are like hemming and hawing about learning how to grow your own food. Like, figure out how to grow what you want, where you want, because there might be a time or some situations where it's going to get tight and we're going to have to be able to do it on our own, like feed ourselves. That's the type of thing that I see. That's the risk. That's the hazard, is that we're going to have to be able to feed ourselves, feed our families. So I hate to be that, like, risk engineer from back in the day, hemming and hawing. But the thing about it is, there's lots of solutions out there. There's lots of solutions. And I'm not trying to say that Trella is the end all be all, but Trella is definitely one of many solutions that can take this thing to the next level, being able to grow what you want, where you want to grow it, no matter where you are, because some of us don't have access to a shit ton of land. So, or may no longer have access to a shit ton of land. So these types of things are on my mind. I want to try to end it on a positive note. So with that being said, let's get to work. People that are looking to align, reach out to us. We'd like to align with you and work together. If you have the same sense of urgency, if you're out there doing some stuff or trying to learn, please reach out and let's connect. We're gonna be doing a lot of things coming up soon. So please connect with us and let's see where we can take it. All right, Matt, peace, Matt, love.